International Commission of Agriculture and Biosystems has advocated job creation for African youths through value addition to the raw materials being produced in the continent. The Commission said the role of the African Scientific Research and Innovation Council was vital in ensuring that the continent creates jobs for its teeming youths through handling and processing of raw materials during post-harvest period. The president of the commission, Professor Umuzurike Opara, made the call in Abuja in an interview with News Agency of Nigeria on the sidelines of the just concluded Second Congress of African Scientific Research and Innovation Council. The theme of the Congress, Freeing Africa from Hunger, Poverty and Diseases.
Well, the issue of value chain is very, very important. Historically, the African continent has been known for exportation of raw materials. We dig the ground, we find oil, we dig the ground, we find gold, diamond, and so on and so forth. Even our own cocoa, agricultural products, we harvest them and export them to other countries to process and bring back to our continent. By doing so, what we have basically done is to export our jobs, expect our value addition. What this program should enable us to do on the African continent now is to do handling, processing, and value addition. It is these activities that will create those jobs for a booming young population. We all do know that 50% of agriculture is on the land. That is production. What we want now is the other 50%, which is post-harvest, and that is value addition. That's where you create jobs. That's where you create new services, new products, and so on and so forth. I think this is an area that we must concentrate on in the next phase of our development.
Opera, who noted that the ASRIC Congress must begin implementation of the agreement and memoranda on the basis of its theme and in line with the vision of the Africa its citizenry wants and the African Union Agenda 2063.
First of all, I think these programs speak to the urgent challenges facing Africa as a continent. They speak to the Africa Agenda 2063. They also speak to about the Africa we want. So they talked about hunger, food security, eradication of diseases, human capital development, and so on and so forth. So those first programs are important. What I think is more important is the action. We need to begin to implement. We need to do less of talking. We have a lot of agreements, memorandum, and so on and so forth. What is lacking on the African continent and what I think this ASTRIC program can achieve for us is action on the ground. That requires mobilizing resources and committing ourselves financially to those programs that we think that are important for the development of Africa. That is the next critical step that I think is very, very important.
Professor Mimi Watts, Professor of Public Health and Managing Director, Achieve W Global, said the Congress, which was mostly a gathering of various scientists, helped in putting strategies in place and following the laid-down strategies.
I think the first thing is that there is the goodwill. And when you have the goodwill, especially of the African Union, but also great leadership, such as our commissioner here, it's absolutely amazing. I think it's going to be implemented because they've put the strategies in place already. And I think it is about following through those strategies. And once you follow those strategies, we're going to be able to achieve what we're intending to achieve.
For his part, Professor Ekwere, Professor of Reproductive Anatomy, University of Jos, urged ASRIC to collaborate with the federal government to implement policies of the organization.
Working hand in hand with AUSTRC, probably having a member of this commission on the board, because I'm aware that even at the National Assembly level, there are various committees. So I want to believe that having a member or members of this council who are well versed with our discussions and programs, that will go a long way towards implementation. Because it's not as if we've not had policies in the past. We've discussed this over time, but our problem has been that of implementation. And I want to believe that if implementations, various aspects are put in place towards implementation, I think it will go a long way because that's what Africa needs.